Welcome to Leaders of Tomorrow Season 10. It's been 10 seasons of hand-holding small businesses and entrepreneurs such as yourself and enabling you in your growth journey. I'm Sunanda Jayaseelan. We're bringing you our Leaders of Tomorrow Hangout edition, where we're traveling to campuses across the country, asking young people what's top of mind for them across different themes and topics. Today we are in Kolkata to talk about mental health and wellness. What does it mean for India's young people? Are enough people understanding what it means? Are they reaching out? Are they comfortable reaching out? Especially as all of them are just poised to enter the world of entrepreneurship and also the corporate world. We are here at the Sister Nivedita University in Kolkata, speaking with students and interacting with experts from different fields. Let me in fact at this point introduce them. Dr. Partha Sarathi Ganguly, founder Bengali Entrepreneurs Club, chief mentor saraswationline.com, Dr. Era Datta, psychiatrist, founder Mind Wellness, and Professor Dr. Minal Pareek, head of department, School of Mass Communication and Journalism, Sister Nivedita University. Any questions on this side? Yeah. Can you have the mic here?
Myself, Sabah Ahmed, pursuing mass communication journalism from PG2. So my question is for everyone, anyone who is willing to take it. Speaking from ma'am's point, like in recent years, we have seen the issue of mental health has picked steam in metros, but is far from becoming a reality in the rural areas or even in tier 2 cities. On what scale or how does the government or even we as a society impart an awareness so that we can remove this taboo from this part of the society?
Yeah, very good question.
I'll tell you tier 2 and tier 3 is not reported. Metro cities are well reported. That's why maybe we can see what is that underlying this issue is still there in tier 2 and tier 3 also, but it goes unreported. So it's not true that tier 2 and tier 3 there is no mental health issue. I am very well connected with rural youth. They also have mental issues, but they are bringing out method, or it's being detected or appreciation of their mental health is not so much in the society they belong to. But in the metro cities we have a different aware society which is aware, and so we take more cognizance of this issue. But it's not true that it's not there. It's there.
I think the question was also more in terms of
solution.
The solution, it's so bad in the metros.
Correct.
Yeah.
So broadly speaking, the government is setting up a lot of district mental health programs. There's a lot of work being created. A lot of us psychiatrists get posted in rural places these days as a part of our training program, which is to impart to the masses, not only to the classes, so to speak. Another good thing which happened in the pandemic, let's be honest, is something called online. So online finding a doctor became a reality, and you'd be surprised how many people from smaller cities and tier 2, tier 3 actually reach out to us, because yes, it's hard for them to travel, or in the pandemic of course that was not possible. So avenues are opening up through all the mediums, through government and through private sectors as well.
And another thing, the youngsters reside where? They reside in the school and colleges. The government has taken initiative, and the private sector has already followed it, is that having counselors in all schools, counselor in all colleges, all universities, they have counselors. So it is made available to the students.
That's being practiced here in every school and college?
Schools, I would say, we forget schools. That is where actually, bullying starts. That is from where, that insecurity, not being able to open up. I've seen students, real big students, PG students, the bully that they faced, some in school, probably in 3rd and 4th standard, that has actually created such an impact that the child is not being able to open. So in school, I think district level, it's still not happening, and it needs more. Probably it's still a taboo. What is this? This is not a bimari. You just talk to us. We are parents. We'll deal with you. This can never be an illness. This is just set up from your own mind. So that taboo is still there.
In district schools, I run a school in the district. We have counselors. Some school may not have, but by and large schools are having counselors, even at the primary level. Middle school and senior school, though, it has to have.
So having
but,
and making it not a taboo is different. Going to that counselor itself, the parents feel, oh, why my kid is going to the counselor?
that
So we have to
migration
make
in the
it
taking a
society
look at
will
that.
take little time.
Absolutely.
That
what
is what
we
I'm
do-
cannot
saying.
happen
that,
overnight.
That is what I'm saying. That is where we have to work.
So these days we try not to work with just children. We try to work with parents and
Yeah.
teachers.
Absolutely,
So we do a lot of
absolutely.
awareness for teachers and then sensitize them how to deal with somebody who has learning disabilities, ADHD, autism. Similarly for parents, whenever they attend a session with me, they feel like they literally were handling it wrong, and that's the good part. Parents are more aware these days. So a lot of schools
Yeah, we
are
have
having
dyslexia,
counselors.
autism.
Yes,
these are
yes.
there.
Great. Any more questions? Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Vaishnavi Shukla, and I'm from PG Batch, Journalism and Mass Communication Department. My question is directly for Dr. Ira ma'am. And ma'am, my question would be that since we'll soon be joining the corporate sector, we'll soon be going out to work, and with the rising competition and our lives getting busier, how important is it for us to look after our mental health, and how important is it to maintain it after we are working in the corporate sector?
Excellent question. I wish everybody asked this, at least at this level, right? We learn to ask ourselves very much later after we were already facing the wrath. So work-life balance is a very loosely thrown around term, but it's possible, first and foremost. We all chase the hustle culture because on YouTube we find these people who say that, oh, sleep for 4 hours and then work harder. Just time isn't what gets you to the top, it's also smart work, right? The second thing is taking care of your mental health should be actually a part of your daily schedule. We take out 5 minutes to brush our teeth, twice a day hopefully, right? Why don't you take out 5 minutes for your mental health? It will thank you in the long run. Now, how to do that? It doesn't have to be very complicated. You don't have to spend a lot of money. You don't have to go to therapy always. It could be something simple as, listening to your favorite music as a designated part of your routine every day. And even writing. Somebody likes journaling. Why not? Somebody wants to hang out with friends, but they're too busy. Then the mundane life gets to them. Exercise is a beautiful tool, and by exercise I do not mean a gym membership. I mean move your body. We're sitting throughout the day. Look, we're all sitting here, right? Move your body as much as you can. These are the simple ways that you can just start taking care of your mental health and finding an emotional space, understanding your emotions, but you have to do it every day. That's the whole thing. And if you start now, it will become a habit eventually, of course. So be mindful right from the get-go, and I wish every youngster asks this question to
Great.
themselves.
Thank you for
you.
that. Any other questions? Yeah.
I am Aniket Datta. I'm from Journalism and Mass Communication Department. So my question is, like, before asking the question, I would just want to add that this may trigger someone. So like certain people who are into depression like tend to choose the path of self-harm. So like how can we help them?
Right, and you're right, there should be a trigger warning to this. So we've all read about something in the newspaper around death of a loved one through suicide, right? Now, first of all, we do not say the word committed suicide. That's a very wrong parlance. Somebody died by suicide, right? So self-harm is in various degrees, and yes, some people resort to it because they find it as the only way to deal with their things at that moment. There is no wrong and right. Everybody has their coping strategy. If you find a friend doing that, then go talk to them, try to understand, be the first listening ear that ma'am was saying, be patient enough to listen, not provide solutions, right? See if you can actively involve in kind of, taking them for some kind of help if needed. Some people will say no, and that's okay, but be vigilant is very important. Just checking in on your friend and making sure, they're not really lonely or by themselves. So these are simple ways that we can prevent self-harm and leading to suicide. But honestly speaking, if somebody has suicidal ideations, they should definitely see a mental health professional because it's not something to be taken lightly. I've lost patients to suicide, and I've really had a hard time dealing with it myself in the beginning. Over the years you learn how to, but it is hard. So definitely take somebody for help if you hear them talking about suicide.
I'm going to slip in a short break on that note. We're back in just a moment. Do stay tuned.
If you are happy, you can make others happy. So keep some allotment for you. You have to be healthy and happy and give it out to your family. So you will get, the work-life balance will automatically come up.
So let's keep working around the stigma first and foremost. Till we don't break it, obviously we're going to be stuck with this question, why do people deny mental health help even though it's available, right? So we need to keep working on the grassroots level of remove the stigma, don't judge people, go seek help yourself. Let me ask everybody out here, how many of you know where the clinical psychologist sits here?
Welcome back with us here on Leaders of Tomorrow Hangout Edition. We're coming to you from the Sister Nivedita University in Kolkata. Any more questions? Yeah. Oh, you have the mic. Go ahead. Yeah.
I'm Gaurav Das from UG batch. My question is open to all. So my question is that for education purposes, when a student migrate to a new city, so in some cases if he or she is lacking to make new friends and feels like his or her scintillate life is getting monotonous by any means, then how to deal with the depression and what will be the effects of depression on him or her?
Okay. I think Professor, you addressed it.
Yeah, because I've been dealing with this because there's always this thing, I'll go to Kolkata, it's a bigger city, so I'll get more friends, I'll get a different kind of lifestyle, and the kind of lifestyle that they are having in smaller cities, they have close circuit of friends, close relatives. So when they come out to a bigger city, friends are just friends, they are not families, so they miss that family. So what we do in our university is, of course, we have a clinical psychologist who you can talk to, but from our end what we do is we keep our doors open. Please talk to us. I tell them I am there. My teachers are there, my professors are there, and of course few students who are also in the same platform, we say we are open. You just talk to us, we are there for friends. And I'll tell you, there are instances where on Instagram, students have called me at 1 p.m., 2 p.m. As you were saying, they were suicidal, and I did get help to them. During pandemic, there were students who, one student of mine lost the whole family. Everybody, they succumbed to COVID.
I would like to answer this question in a different perspective.
We did help. So I think that we are just not professors and teachers here. At the end of the day, we are someone, even as I said, even if we can make difference in one life, we would be happy. So we are there to listen, we are there to help, and we are family. Role doesn't end there by just giving education.
Two things are your biggest challenges when you migrate to some other place. One is the language, local language, and another is the food. If you can get adjusted to these two things to some extent, then you will not feel so much lonely and you will be able to make new friends very easily.
So this is Polumi Paul. I'm doing Masters Mass Communication from Sister Nivedita University. So my question is open to all. It's when we are going towards industrial sectors, we are running behind that rat race. So somewhere down the line, we are not being able to fulfill the expectations of our parents or our relatives, and that is a pressure to us as well, because we cannot handle what expectations they have from us. So how can we deal with that? Like, somewhere down the line we feel bad because we cannot give them enough time just because we are running behind success. So how can we deal with that and not fall back on it?
Who wants to answer?
Yes, I would start, because I've been in the same shoes, juggling as motherhood, being a professional. I think time management is very important, and everything has a time. So probably when you're in school or college, then it's your academics, then it's your family, then it's your kids. So you have to dedicate your time accordingly and do what you like. That is very important. If you are enjoying what you're liking, and have a close knit of family who support what you're liking.
I'll tell you one small clue. When we fly, and the air hostess will tell you that you fasten your belt first before you fasten any child. That means your entire family needs support from you. So first support yourself. What Madam said is very right. If you are happy, you can make others happy. So keep some allotment for you. You have to be healthy and happy, and give it out to your family. So you will get, the work-life balance will automatically come up. But don't underestimate yourself, or don't stretch yourself to the extent that you start disliking. It is you. It's your family, it's your office, your colleagues. So you are the centerpiece, and that has to be nurtured.
Sure. Any maybe last questions we can take? Yeah.
Good morning, everybody. This is me, Nipomita Moitro from PG batch, studying mass communication and journalism. So I would want to take what Minal ma'am said and what Ira ma'am said and amalgamate it and say that there is actually no ecosystem for students in district colleges and district schools, and I come from there. So basically, I have diagnosed ADHD. So it took me a lot of time to be diagnosed because there was no help. And now that I am diagnosed, it's difficult for me to tell my parents that what it is actually. So actually, there is this lack of ecosystem that is there, that is very prominent. So how do students tackle that thing, especially in India where it's a taboo, basically?
Absolutely. So on behalf of your parents, I'd like to say sorry because they don't know it, right? So if I don't know how to speak French, if my child is speaking to me in French, I have no idea, right? So your parents aren't aware. Now creating awareness is obviously the doctor's job as well, the person who diagnosed you, that person's job as well, because it's likely that they would take information better from them, right? But it's your job as well. You know, we forward our parents these YouTube videos and these WhatsApp messages. Why don't you send some videos around ADHD? It is something that they will learn to associate with. Did you know that a lot of kids that we diagnose with ADHD, one or both of their parents also have ADHD?
Yeah.
So I have actually diagnosed fathers later and children earlier.
No, actually, I myself think that my dad has undiagnosed ADHD. I really think that, but I can't really explain
There you go. And so many people find relief in realizing that, this is why I was behaving like this all these years. So let's talk about it. Let's create awareness. And I'm happy that you spoke about it and thank you for sharing. It takes a lot of guts to talk about mental health on a public forum. So thank you.
Absolutely. Maybe one last question we can take. Anyone here?
Good morning, everyone. So my question is that I'm Dolly Patwari from UG batch, and my question is that people suffer from depression and they are sometimes not willing to take professional help. So what little things can we do that can help them get better or help them seek professional help?
So depression comes in small, medium and large. Think like that, okay? So when it's small, it's manageable. Talk to a friend, talk to your parents, talk to your teachers, connect, right? Don't be isolated. When it's medium, it may start affecting your day-to-day a bit. And of course, some people are still in denial that, no, I don't need help, I don't want help, right? It's when it's very severe that people feel hopeless, that there is no help, right? Now, obviously, as a good friend, you may want to take somebody for help, but first of all, the stigma needs to start reducing for that. Because if I had a backache and my friend said, let me take you to a doctor, would I resist? I'd say, yes, please take me to the best one right now. So let's keep working around the stigma first and foremost. Till we don't break it, obviously, we're going to be stuck with this question, why do people deny mental health help, even though it's available, right? So we need to keep working on the grassroots level of remove the stigma, don't judge people, go seek help yourself. Let me ask everybody out here, how many of you know where the clinical psychologist sits here? I didn't even say, did you go to them? I didn't even say, have you gone to her? Her or him. I just said, how many of you know that where the clinical psychologist's office is in the university? There you go. That's stigma right there. In denial, we live. So I don't know where the help exists. So when I need help, I'll start looking for help that time. No, I'll be hopeless at that time. I'll not know where the help exists. So go see the psychologist and say hello.
All right. So I think we've run out of time. There's so much more that needs to be discussed by way of mental health. But at least this is a starting point, and I feel it's been a great starting point. So I want to thank all of you for your questions, and to the three of you, thank you so much for taking your time. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's all we could put into this episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, if you know anyone who's perhaps dealing with some mental health issues and you're looking for help, here's how you can reach out. Our contact details are on your screens. We promise to connect you with the experts who join us on the show today. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.